there, honeys. I am so sweet right now. Ooh, I am so sweet. I smell like a piece of candy. I am so perfumed down. My God. It's everywhere. I have such a nice aroma just evaporating throughout the room right now. And that's because of the fact that I have been in my little collection. Like I said, it isn't thousands and thousands, but I've been in my collection and I've been sampling fragrances, trying to make a determination exactly what I want to present to you today. And I'm still not certain, but I pulled something, a little something together after I finish spraying myself. So I don't generally do that because, I'm very modest with my fragrances, but I've been spraying and spraying and spraying, and here we are. Excuse me, my throat's a little dry. Okay, let's get into this video. I have a fragrance that's, been in my collection for quite some time, like I told you, but I'm not going to neglect them because I still love them, and I guess you're thinking, like, why? Because the container is almost empty, and if I don't present them to you now, I probably end up throwing them out once they're empty, and I might maintain. I'm not sure, but this one I'm probably certain I will maintain. But the fact happens to be that it's a fragrance that was, again, gifted to me, but I really appreciate it, and apparently I used it up almost. It's way under half full, but I'm going to try to salvage it for another extended, not decade, not 5 years, but for some time, unless I see another one that I'm interested in, because they have a large collection of Bvlgari products, additions, and I want to present a few of their item merchandise to you today. But this one right here happens to be Bvlgari, and it's the Rose Essential. If I'm not mistaken, this here is an Asian designed fragrance because of the type of ingredients that it has in it. This fragrance right here is called Bvlgari. Bvlgari with a BV. Bvlgari. Well, it sounds a little rough on the edges, but it's very delicate and very soft. It primarily consists of rose essentials, and that's what it says right there. Bvlgari Rose Essentials. It was designed by and created, also designed and created by an individual by the name of Beatrice Pickwitt in the year of 2006. I just thought I would share that with you because for some reasons, I just feel like all of this work and effort put into fragrance, and these people never received any notoriety. And that is, I know, not a lot of it. Every now and then they win fragrance awards, but most individuals don't hear about that. But it's a wonderful business to be in. I think they are very highly acclaimed and successful, but I've never heard of her either. But this here particular fragrance, see here, the container itself is of a rose color. Can you see that? It's light rose, and if there was more fragrance in here, it would be a lot more prominent because of the fact that the fragrance was a rose color also. I love rose jewelry. I think it's beautiful. The rose color jewelry is so elegant and exquisite. And one thing that I really find an admiration for when it comes to this particular fragrance is the fact that this cap, I notice I normally elaborate on the bottles quite a bit, but that's because I examine my bottle. Like I said, sometimes I select my fragrances based on the containers, but I speak of brass a lot, but some of it's sometimes simulated, but it doesn't look like it, and so I can't make a clear distinction as to whether or not it's simulated or not. But anyway, this right here, this cap, this is solid brass. It's definitely solid brass. It might be emulated around the sides, but this right here is like a knob that goes on a dresser, look like it, and it's just as solid and sturdy as one. So it's really hard. I'm surprised to find it on this bottle, but it's a nice combination because right now hardware happens to be very fashionable for as decoration. So this was like an introduction to hardware accessories, I think. But anyway, this particular fragrance has a beautiful bouquet of various sorts of roses, together with a fragrance of violet de jasmine. It accompanies the relaunched edition of the classical Bvlgari for me, in a new design. In other words, this is a new design of the already established Bvlgari fragrance itself. The bottle, I've explained to you, is a simulation of exactly the classical Bvlgari shape of its particular bottle. So there's no distinction, but it's just a lot of more modernized, and some of the ingredients and the notes are different. And there are two kinds of roses in this particular fragrance, an opulent and deep Turkish rose, and it preludes rose with greenish aroma. It opens the composition in the heart of the Bvlgari. It has fruity notes of blackberry and softened with delicate violet and jasmine traces of sandalwood and patchouli. It has a lingering odor with a sensual dry down in the top, the middle, and the base notes. And all the notes have a lingering and sensational dry down. In other words, its durability is substantial. It has a rating of 4, a consistent of 4, which is very, I think, extensive. That's a wonderful rating, actually. And the smell and the aroma of it, oh my God, such exquisiteness. It's elegant. It's elegant. It's really a nice, soft, feminine fragrance that's very admirable. Very admirable. I love it. But not only do I have the fragrance here, it was a set, a small set that was gifted to me as well. But see, like I said, I'm very modest. I don't even think I've ever touched the lotion. Doesn't look like it, but I've utilized the fragrance excessively. And the lotion has a scent combination identical to the fragrance itself. It's absolutely identical. It's identical. I mean, you can put this one right here and step out in it, and I swear you'll smell like you put on a whole bottle of perfume, because it's that complimentary toward the fragrance itself. So I highly recommend that you ensure that you utilize the lotion and it softens the hands. But no one ever takes into consideration, we purchase a great deal of lotions independently for our skin and various types of items for our skin, for dry skin and various other conditions. But when we receive a fragrance that has a lotion applied to it, we don't take into consideration that we're getting a combination of gratitude. In other words, we're getting a lotion and a fragrance combined in the lotion, and then the fragrance, and all of that accumulates into one substantial item on your skin. And this lotion generally gives my hands a much nicer glow, and also a softness. Not just this one, but I know the majority of the hand fragrances, it does that. It gives my hands a much more youthful appearance than, I'm not going to criticize, but I just want you to know, these here perfume lotions are generally very beneficial toward the skin. A lot of people don't take advantage of them, but you really should. And just to continue on with this particular video, I want you to know I highly recommend these two together. But this here is, again, happens to be called a Bvlgari Rose Essential. And you have the lotion, body lotion now, body lotion, and you have the fragrance itself. This here is into Parfume, and this here is the body lotion, and their combination, and it's a gift set. So I don't know how they're packaging it these days. I haven't checked it. I haven't seen it on the market. I haven't been looking for it literally, but I've seen it in the stores previously, and I just want you to know that don't overlook this one because it's really beneficial. Bvlgari has a large collection of fragrances. Just to give you an example, I want you to know that this here is a perfume, but they also offer a toilet spray. And just so I happen to have the toilet spray right here. This here happens to be the Bvlgari Omni Crystalline Toilet Spray. This one here, you see how it's packaged? It took me a while to figure out how to use this dang on thing because this doesn't open. It doesn't have a cap. It doesn't have a bottom. It doesn't come apart. But this right here symbolizes a crystal. It's by the perfection of a crystal. It's designed by that. But this also was supposed to represent rose petals. See, the Bvlgari fragrance is primarily designed the ingredients primarily consist of roses. And so the fragrance is designed primarily around roses, variation of roses, all various assortments of roses. And this one right here happens to symbolize this, just the container itself, the perfection of crystals, but the fragrance itself represents a variation of roses. So anyways, this sprouts right there. You don't have to open it, and there's no way to lock it or close it. I thought I remember having something else go over to cap over it. I'm sure I don't see where it was, but I thought it moved and closed, but there's no need for it. And you just spray, right? You just press down on the bottom. I'm surprised it's still so simplified. I'm surprised I haven't used it up. And it doesn't really set anywhere. You can't stand up. You just lay it down, and it's supposed to represent roses and crystals. See, I'm interlocking. Again, that hard, heavy metal or hardware appearance, but it's softened by crystals and roses. Okay, this one here, the Bvlgari Omni Crystalline, that's the name of it now, is delicate and gentle-like. The touch of flower petals, just like I indicated to you before, it has the touch of flower petals. It captures the essence of frosted flowers. The top notes are airy, bamboo, exotic Asian fruit, the fruit nashi. Never heard of it, but let me tell you what nashi happens to be. Nashi that has an original and specific fresh aroma. Nashi tastes just like apples and pears, and so therefore it smells like apples and pears. And you know what? They're very prominent in this particular fragrance. As similar to apple and pears, the heart is ruled by a soft and feminine notes of lotus blossoms. I don't know what those are, but I've seen the word before, lotus blossoms, but I don't know what they are. But I just thought I would translate the information to you so you would know what the ingredients are when you go out to shop for Bvlgari products, which I know you will. I recommend that you do. The base brings elegant woody notes, okay? Okay, and I just want you to know that I can smell a little bit of woody notes in here, but you know what? I'm smelling so many perfumes lately until I'm getting a little, I would say not addicted, but accustomed to smelling and detecting the wood in the fragrances when it's prevalent. And it's very prevalent in this, but light and delicate as well. And also with the Rosy Central Bvlgari, I can detect it in there very minute, not quite as obvious. I didn't break it. I just dropped it on the desk a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, well, anyways, this here Omni Crystalline has a rating of 3.94. Both of them are about a 4. And this one here was created by an individual by the name of Alberto Morales. And it's not a perfume. It's an Eau de Toilette spray. Not Parfume, but Eau de Toilette spray. So if you're interested in that, this here is your baby right here. This is highly recommended to you by me when you're looking for toilet spray and Bvlgari products. And this one was launched in the year of 2005. Oh, this one was launched first, and this one launched second in 2006. Either way, I just want you to know that if you ever find yourself interested in Bvlgari products, fragrances, I highly recommend these essentials to you because of the fact that the fragrance itself is very, very admirable. It's very feminine. It's very light and delicate. And my recommendations is where to wear them. I'm here to tell you, girl, I'll tell you exactly where you need to wear these fragrances. wedding, 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 wedding. I can't say it enough. Perfect for a wedding. All the femininity that a girl could ever want. This one's for a young lady, and this one here is for a woman. I was going to say something else. I was going to say a full-fledged woman, but it doesn't matter. A woman. I just want you to know that this is a woman's fragrance here because of the scent that it projects. I am highly impressed with it. I would love to. I love this one. And I love this one for light days. When I want to feel much more useful, I'm going to tell you the truth. For a young lady, you wear this to a wedding. You wear this to a wedding as a young lady, as a mature woman. And myself, since this is my position, I'll wear this one to bed. That's what I'll do because it's such a light, delicate fragrance and get very sensual and give you an alluring aroma that's irresistible. Irresistible. Yes. So check out Bvlgari products. Trust me. You will love them. Bye. Have a nice night.